my name's Dawn the Reclusive Crafter. I guess that's just a fancy way of saying that I'd rather be here crafting really than anywhere else. Today I'm going to show you how to make a 6-page 8x8 folio. It's a lovely little project that's got lots of spaces in it for pockets, tags and any other bits and pieces of ephemera that you want to tuck into it. It does involve a fair bit of folding and sticking, but at the end of the day I guess that's half the fun as well. If you would like to subscribe and like my channel, that would be lovely. Yeah, let's just crack on and start. So I've picked out 6 pages. I went into the range earlier this week in the UK. I'm sure most of you crafters will be familiar with the range if you're in the UK, and if you're not in the UK, I'm not really sure what your comparisons to that would be, but I picked up this, which is the Enchanted Garden, and it was an absolute bargain at £3.99 and euros $5.20 if you're over in Europe. And then I also picked up the Honeybee, which was also £3.99, and there really are some absolutely stunning little designs in here. I'll just give you a quick flick through. This is the bee one. As you can see, there really are some absolutely lovely designs in here. And then, sorry, I went a bit quick there. And then I also, in the Enchanted Garden, noticed there were some bee designs in here. And I just thought it would be nice to put together a little folio to incorporate bees, because bees are a big thing at the moment and we need to do all we can to save the bee. So that's what we're working with. I literally went through and I've cut out 6 8x8s, although I did cut out 8 8x8s, and I'll explain why. In one of the pads that I bought, it wasn't double-sided, so all I've done is I've double-sided it, which I thought was a really nice start, and I've done that for the front and the back cover. Okay. But the others were all double-sided. In the other pad it was all double-sided anyway, so there was no need for me to actually do that. Okay, so the front and backs are just basic 8x8s, and then all of the pages have got a 1/2 inch score down the edge, and I'll go through and show you what that's for in just a moment. And then the other pages we'll go through. So we've got one page that's that one's 8 by 7 inches wide, so I literally just cut an inch off the side there. And then this one is an 8 by 8, but it's got a 1.5 inch fold, and you can put the fold either which way, doesn't make any odds. Like I say, it's a double page, oh, what am I trying to say? It's double-sided, so you can put the fold either side, it doesn't make any odds. And then you've got one page with a 2.25 inch fold, and then you've got one page with a 3 inch fold. So those are your inserted pages, and the way that works with the way the folds are done is if you put them into the folio, it cascades nicely down, and there's an equidistance between the two, which makes it quite nice and aesthetically pleasing when you open it up and you can see all of the pages. And then in addition to that, I cut, I think this one was 1.5 inches. No, that's 1.25 inches, and that is going to be for the spine, to wrap around the spine. I have put a little 1/8 of an inch gusset in there, but you really don't need to. It folds over the paper really easily, so you don't actually need to do that. So I'm just going to quickly go through and just put this together, and it's really the simplest thing, and it's the simplest project to do. It's very quick, and all you need to do is to glue down the edges. All of the pages have got the I think it was a 1/2 inch spine that I put on. It's a 1/2 inch spine, so I'm just going to go through and just glue these all together. And so today is Saturday, and it's really close. I'm up in the Midlands of the UK, and the weather is absolutely boiling. It was really hot all night, and this morning I woke up and I took the dog out for a walk, and it was like a sauna out there. It was literally like being in another country. It was so warm out there. But I suppose we shouldn't complain really, because it's not very often we do get decent summers in the UK. Although looking at the forecast and things, it looks like it's going to be happening more and more frequently. So again, I'm just literally lining these up, making sure that they're all squared off, and just sticking those edges together. If you've got any questions at all, by all means put them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you all. And as I said at the beginning of the video, I'd love you to all subscribe so that you get pop-ups come up when I do post videos. I have started to try and post videos at least once a week, sometimes twice a week. And hopefully, if you have been in the channel before, you like the videos that I've done previously. And we're nearly there. Okay, just as you can see, it's so quick to do this little project. Once you've actually cut out your pages and you've decided where your folds are going to go, the rest of it literally just all falls into place. It's very easy to do. And it, like I say, it makes a lovely gift. Oh, I nearly put that one on the wrong way around, so that one goes on there. And it really does make a lovely little gift for somebody. My next project, I've already decided, is going to be a 3-page folio, which would be lovely for gift giving, for things like gift cards. I know you can pick up some really nice cards for gift cards, but sometimes it's nice to give a little bit of something that you've made yourself, and you can personalise it and make it very particular to that person that you're giving the gift to. So if you do subscribe, that's coming up within the next week. I'm going to be working on that one. Okay, so that's all the pages all stuck together. All I'm going to do now is just put the little spine on. And that's just going to hide the raw edge there. I just want to decide actually what way round I want that. Do I want it? Doesn't actually make any odds because it goes. Okay, that really doesn't make any odds. So I'm just going to line the front section up first, because I'd rather the front is in alignment more so than the back, although I'd like them both to be in alignment. But if you do make a mistake, it's better to make it on the side that's not going to be seen quite so much, as opposed to on the side that is. I've sometimes lost my scissors, so I'm just going to find a pair of scissors. I've just noticed that that's just a little bit proud there, so I'm just going to trim that little bit off there, and then we're going to just finish gluing this little bit down. And the glue I'm using, for those of you that haven't been crafting for very long, is art glitter glue. I've tried numerous glues, everything from tacky glue to even wood glue. I tried at one point, which actually worked quite well. The only thing I found was it did clog up and go a bit gloopy a bit too quickly. But it did work quite well. But the art glitter glue, I find, really does work the better for paper projects. It's also quite good for fabrics, although if you're dealing with a heavier fabric, you probably want something like Fabri-Tac. Okay, I'm just gonna trim that still, just Still a little bit too proud there. There we go. Okay, so that's the whole thing put together. And now all you need to do is decide actually what you're going to do with the inside. So I'll just walk you through it and what it looks like once it's put together. It still needs trimming. Keep missing it. And I haven't allowed that to dry properly. Okay, there we go. So this section, I'm going to do a little trim down the middle here. So I'm just going to measure this out. So just want it about midway. Actually, that's cut just a little bit short by 1/8 of an inch, so it would be 4. So I'm just going to mark that about there, and then from there I'm just going to draw a line down there because I want to make this into 2 separate pockets. So I've just done a centre line, and now I'm just going to do 1 centimetre either side of the line. 1 centimetre. I'm actually doing that on the wrong side, so I want 1 centimetre either side of that line. Actually, I might even go to just 1/2 centimetre. And then from there, I'm just going to cut that down to that point. And if you're not particularly accurate with your cutting, just give yourself a guideline, because this is going to be the inside of the pocket, so it's not going to be seen. It just gives you a guideline to work with. So this is going to be a cute little double pocket, and I'm just going to cut those out. Just going to go up to that score line, and again same with this one, just up to that score line, and then that should just pop out, and then that will fold over and just give you a couple of little pockets there to tuck a couple of little journal cards in. I'm just going to glue that down and there. I'm going to do them as tucks rather than actual pockets, just because it will make it easier to get things in and out with the depth of the pocket. Okay, so that's that one done. So as you can see now, we've got 2 little, we'll just grab that ruler so it's not blinding you. We've got 2 little tuck spots there on that side. And then this side is just for, you can put other pockets and things. I've got lots and lots of cut-offs from when I was cutting the 8x8s out. So what I'll do is I'll go through and I'll make individual little pockets out and stick them all in. And then this side was the little tuck spot, so I'm just going to glue that into place, and that'll give us a little tuck spot for a journal card. That's that one done. And again, another little tuck spot here. That's that one done. And then this is just a full page to be able to put whatever you want to on it. So that's the folio. I'm just going to glue that down. That's not glued very well there, so I'm just going to glue that back into place. Bits of it have glued and bits of it haven't. Let's just pop that down. There we go, that's better. Actually, I don't think I've got that very straight actually, but you get the principle of the idea. You can probably spend a bit more time on yours to be able to ensure that you get that straight. In actual fact, that's really not straight at all. I'm almost inclined to pull that off and do that again, to be honest, but we won't worry about that just now. I might just put a little bit of maybe a little bit of lace along there would sort that out. Okay, so we now want some little tags and things, so we can go ahead and do all sorts of things with the cut-offs. We can make tags and little journal cards. As you can see, this paper hasn't got a backing, so that's ideal for journal cards. So that would work for maybe a couple of little journal cards to go in there. You could make extra pockets with it. You can make bookmarks. I've got pieces here that would make lovely little bookmarks, so you could add bookmarks in, and you can basically fill this up with whatever you want. I will be doing some little pockets and things, and when I've actually finished it, I'll come back and I'll show you the completed version. Okay, so that was just a little extra for today. If you like my channel, please do subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you so much for your time this morning.